Go.
Hi guys, welcome back to episode 5, and today we have a new member.
Yes, indeed. We do have Zaim Zambasri, if you may recognize him from a previous episode where he was a special guest. He has now been recruited full-time, replacing our old member, Zach.
Zach, yeah, it was Zach.
He's left us without an
He's been-
explanation, without reason.
He's basically been AFK for the past 5 months. We don't know what's happened to him. If you listen to this, Zach, please talk to us.
And then one day he just leaves our Snapchat group without even telling us. Just nothing, just leaves the group. It was very disrespectful.
Well, we're glad to have Zaim on board. Welcome, Zaim.
Thanks, guys. Happy to be here.
Ryan, would you like to introduce yourself? What's your name?
You basically introduced me.
He introduced himself like 3 times less.
Exactly. I'm the new member of
Now, it's really good that we have you here, Zaim, because we needed to talk to you about something.
Yeah, what do you want to talk to me about, bro?
So the IB results came out recently,
Yeah.
and a lot of people have been complaining. Could you explain the issue behind this?
There's actually a lot of issues with the IB results, mainly with the IB organization itself. I don't want to cuss them out because I don't want them to take my diploma. But a lot of people feel strongly about the results. A lot of people dropped from the predicted. In my case, I dropped 6 points from my predicted.
Oh God.
And basically, I know a few people in my year as well that weren't rewarded their diploma, even though I personally believe they should have been. And obviously, these results put a lot of people in bad situations where they can't get into uni or their plans are kind of ruined and they have to adjust because of the results. And I don't think it's fair either because since we didn't do exams, we didn't get a chance to prove ourselves, and then they just went off statistical data and gave us I don't know, results that we don't feel like we deserve. A lot of people don't feel like they deserve, and considerably a lot less than what they expected to achieve. They did do their exams, so yeah.
Isn't the main problem with it due to they're using historical data of not only what people last year did, but also how well your school did last year. So the max grade any of you guys could have got was the max grade a person last year got.
Thing is, there's a lot of rumors about how they did it and what historical data they used, but then there's no really clear cut thing where we know what they actually did with our grades to actually find them out.
Right.
That's a big issue.
Did anyone benefit? Did anyone go up?
I mean, yes, some people did go up, but a lot of people that I know personally who were predicted quite high, bar a few people, actually lost a lot of points. And I don't know, it's just really weird. Some people went up, a lot of people went down. Most of the people I know went down, including myself, and it's just a difficult situation. But especially for those people who didn't receive their diploma, I mean, I don't see how you can fail someone off of historical data and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure if they knew they weren't doing that great, they would have really kicked up their grades, if they had the chance to do exams. And I don't know, it's just really cruel to see some people not be awarded their diploma and failing the IB based off of I don't know, apparent historical data from years before you, and maybe even some of your work IAs. I mean, they do count for a percentage of our grade, but they don't mean everything about our grade. And there's also rumors about the IAs playing a big part in what we are awarded as well. So yeah, I don't think that's fair.
I mean, Zaim, just talking about you personally, did it impact you a lot? And
personally, yeah, it did actually impact me a lot because I was predicted 42, but then I was awarded 36. Obviously, I'd be fine with 36. I still think that's a great grade to get. But the issue with my results was my math and physics grade, which were 4 and 5 respectively. And since I'm aiming to do mechanical engineering at university as my course, those grades obviously need to be higher for me to be admitted to the universities I was aspiring to get into. I originally planned to take a gap year, but at the moment, that isn't possible unless I do resits for my exams, because if I take a gap year and try and apply with those grades to my course, then it wouldn't actually work because they ask for a minimum of 5 or 6 in either subject. And that also applies to a lot of other people. And if I was gonna take a gap year, I had plans to do a lot of things to build my CV. But if I'm gonna have to resit my exam, I'm gonna have to focus on that, and I won't be able to do that. So yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Understandable.
Yeah, Zaim. So, after going through the 2 years of IB, would you say it's worth it, or would you rather done A levels or something?
I'm gonna be careful.
I'm not what.
I don't know. Personally, I feel I was hard done by. I mean, I'm not in university yet, so I can't really tell if it was worth it or not. But from my results, like all the pain I went through and the hard work I put in, like I don't feel like it was worth it because I don't think it justified what I did over the past 2 years. But I still think I think it's a good program to help you build skills for university. But at the same time, like it really depends whether it's worth it for you or not. Because like for some people in my year who like didn't get to do their exams, they put in like immense amounts of work and just weren't rewarded for it. But also there were obviously some people who didn't put any work in and were like rewarded as well. So it's a bit difficult to like decide whether it was worth it or not. But sometimes I do think maybe I should have gone and done A levels, but then again I haven't seen what the A levels guys got, so maybe I'm not too soon.
Mm.
It's
What do
interesting.
you guys think? Like, we're in year 12, right?
Yeah. I was wondering, because GCSEs and A levels are coming out soon. I was wondering if that would be around the same kind of issue, because A levels and IGCSEs, not all subjects have coursework. So then how are they going to actually provide realistic results?
That's the thing, like for A levels and GCSEs, I mean, I think someone put out a statement from their boards or something like that saying that they won't be as harsh as the IB. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it's difficult to say because you don't know what goes on in their heads. Maybe they just want more money for people paying for resits, or we're just gonna have to wait and see because obviously A levels and GCSEs are different because they don't have as much coursework, and I don't. Students always perform better in their final exams than their mocks, so I don't know how they're gonna pursue it. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. I hope they do well though, because I don't want them to have the same situation as me and a bunch of other people like who did IB. So yeah.
I mean, I saw this thing. Some person he got a 7 in his IA, but his overall grade was like a 4 or a 5, which is pretty odd.
Yeah, it
I
is
saw
odd.
someone, yeah.
Who didn't get sevens and just in their IA, but still got like 6 or 7 in their final grade. It's just weird. I don't know. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I know a guy that used to get 7s in all his like mock exams and like weekly tests and stuff, but he ended up with a 4.
Yeah, I don't know what they did. Did something. So
It's just very harsh, very indeedly harsh.
Guys,
On a more happier note,
Yeah.
on a more lighter note, can we talk about the amazing album, Pop Smoke album, and how amazing it was?
Shut up. Anyway, let's move on. Well, let's
Comment, bro.
some global stuff. Someone, would you like to introduce?
So recently there was the whole like Palestine not being on Google Maps thing,
Oh,
but
if
everyone realized that it was
Yeah.
never on Google Maps in the first place, so they couldn't remove it. Which is, to be honest, it's even worse that they didn't have a whole country in there. They had a non-existent one. What's it called? So Israel, I think they started to like invade the border on Palestine, like the West Bank and stuff, and like it wasn't on any news because not a first world country. I think that's pretty big. Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, I think after they invaded the borders, they've like cornered them into like the place I think it's called the Gaza Strip, and it's now become like so densely populated. It's like apparently one of the top 2 densely populated areas in the world now. And obviously, since it's so densely populated, the poverty there is insane.
I mean, I'm kind of confused. Salman, you said that it apparently has never been on Google Maps. How have they only noticed now?
Yeah.
It's actually
It's like,
resurfaced many times, but
Google Maps changes which country you're in, right? Depending on its values, I think. So if you're in Israel, they don't have Palestine. If you're in China, they have Hong Kong as part of China.
Okay.
It's like they change their map depending on where they are to like fit the belief, which is completely wrong, to be honest.
I mean, it prevents wars and conflict.
And also, just that doesn't change the fact that it's wrong. They're just giving out false
Yeah,
information.
I know it's so wrong.
Would it really stop conflict though? Think about that.
Yeah, no one's gonna say
No.
the country's on Google Maps. Start war.
In some
Oh, no,
scenarios,
you-
though, they'd be forced to, though. Like if you think about it, in China and things like that, or then the Google Maps wouldn't be able to run in China because they'll ban it and just use their own Chinese-made
Yeah.
company.
maybe not conflict, but it will make Google's life easier if like people from China are going, hey, why is Hong Kong like not with China? Like it'll make it easier. So
I mean, also think about it that Google is an American company, so they're gonna follow Israel. They're not gonna follow what the world cares about at the end of the day.
Yeah, on the topic of applications, India actually banned TikTok,
Yeah.
and the USA is thinking of following on that.
So it's Pakistan.
guys, do you
Yeah.
think that'd be a good thing though? Like for no American TikTok?
I mean,
as
I'm
long
gonna-
as they don't ban Canadian, I'm chill.
Yeah,
Like, I don't. There's always gonna be a way to still use it there, so they'll all still end up being using it. So it's not gonna make things a lot different.
So if they
I think
remove, it's just gonna take place. Honestly, probably.
Apparently, TikTok steals like all your information, like your personal details and everything. That's
It is
why.
a Chinese
Every-
company,
every-
so
It is a Chinese company.
Oh.
anyway.
So does Facebook, so does like
The whole idea behind that is that apparently the US thinks that China can see personal information about the users, which is why they're like considering the whole ban.
yeah.
I don't think
don't know.
to be fair.
I don't think they do it. I think too many people like live off it, literally. Like
yeah, literally
you
live
know,
off it. Yeah.
talkers, like their income is literally just dancing.
Yeah. I'm gonna just clean up my room a bit.
All right, it looks pretty neat.
What happened? Why are you in jail?
And bro, you got another bed?
Oh, I had to do something like this, but you know. All right.
Okay.
What have you got doing over the summer?
Wait.
Guys,
Siddiqui, I'm not even gonna ask.
all right,
Yeah.
guys. On another note, yeah.
Ross Wales.
So obviously we have our exams in like just over a month. How's your preparation of that?
Oh.
And how-
oh.
Has your summer been?
I don't know if I'm the only one, but this summer's been so short. It's like there's not much left.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
totally.
It like when I looked at the calendar yesterday and I realized it's the end of July, I was like, wow.
Oh yeah.
Like as we get older, it seems like summer's getting shorter. Like it used to be so long when I was younger. Now it's
GCSE
Definitely.
summer was
Oh, GCSE summer,
Let's
man.
not forget
Not
about
that
summer.
summer.
Honestly, every
Tom,
summer before this summer was good.
Thanks, bro. This is just the deadest.
13 summer should be a lot better. I mean, I was supposed to have a good summer, but you know.
So Zaim, would you reconsider the boys' holiday and come with us?
I mean, I'm free, and you know, you guys have something planned. Why not?
All right, I see.
I see the vibes.
Zaim's actually, this is a real story here. Zaim's has become one of the year 12s. He's no longer.
Yeah,
we
we claimed him as one of the year 12s.
Yeah, they've apparently claimed me as one of their own, but you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
If I could propose it here, Zaim.
What?
This man, when we're on PlayStation, he appears offline so that he doesn't play with certain people. Zaim, can you confirm or deny?
It says that Zaim never comes online. I don't know what you mean.
You know, I appear offline most of the time. I mean,
Tom,
Just accept his privacy, Ollie, you know? He wants to be
have a
alone sometimes.
PlayStation. What are you guys talking about?
thing, man.
Was I talking to you?
I'm part of this conversation, Ollie, so
Yeah.
yes.
Alright.
Oh, the Siddiqui slander, bro.
Zaim, who are the people you don't want to play with? Are any of them us? You can
Siddiqui.
tell us. Just tell us. Oh, okay.
No one likes to play with Siddiqui. The only time we like to play with Siddiqui is when we're actually just bullying him.
Uh,
When he has a renown boost.
Yeah, we know. Siddiqui came on Minecraft yesterday and he spent 2 hours trying to build a cow farm. He ended up killing all the cows. And then he
Yeah,
took
he's dead.
all my hard work.
all our valuables to the nether and died in lava and lost everything.
Sneaky, man. What is this?
Seems like an excellent player.
Zaim
yeah.
also, I've used Siddiqui also killed
Uh-oh.
your new horse.
What was it
Or
called?
lost it.
Wait, come again?
You lost your new horse again. Now you have two gone.
All right, Siddiqui. I'll see how it is.
We've actually got
I'll repay you in a chest full of kelp.
No, you live, yeah.
I'm chill.
Number act up, bro.
About to make me something I'll regret, do something I'll regret, bro.
Siddiqui, how's the driving going? I know you started.
Well, I still haven't gotten the car like you, and I haven't started my practicals because of the Eid break. I'm gonna have to start on the 5th of August. By then, I'll let you know how it goes by then. But at the theory test, however, I did it with Aaron. You guys may know Aaron Manhas, and maybe the viewers may know him. Yeah, and
Guys,
he actually did amazing.
Do it, Aaron.
Yeah, thank you. It's crazy. It's mad.
This is about you.
Oh, yeah, and the test went good. Yeah, thank you for asking, Ali.
Mashallah.
How is your driving lessons going?
Well, actually, today was my last day doing lessons. I completed all of them, and tomorrow I should have my parking test.
Ooh, it's a big step.
Big
Yeah.
man.
A 90-degree parking and a reverse parallel.
Guys, go good luck in the comments for Ali.
The mad, bro.
Good luck in him.
Thank you, boys.
Guys, you know the opening of school, yeah? What's your output on that? Because obviously everyone's coming back with masks. I know Far's got a very interesting one actually.
Well, when we come back to school, obviously you might have known now that we have to all get tested, and you know, if you're positive, you can't come to school. You have to be negative. Yeah, and and there's gonna be different rulings. Like, you know, there's gonna be thermal scanners at school and things like that, and then everyone's gonna have to wear masks. And some of our bigger classes, like I think our geography class and maybe some of the bio classes will have to get split up because, you know, we're too big. It won't be social distancing. And however, since we have exams back in the first week, sadly, most of these effects won't even apply to us because we will be stuck in the sports hall doing exams.
I was actually thinking about this as well. Who do you guys think should have priority? Because obviously the year 13. However, a lot of parents have complained about their little kids, so like FS1, FS2, etc., struggling because they're obviously not too used to the technology and they can't really stay focused, so they're not actually learning anything.
I must be an FS kid because
It's not just that. It's not just that they can't focus on things like that. Parents need to go work, and some people who have the mother and the father working, they can't just leave a child at home, right? They can leave like us at home, for example, because we're old, but they can't leave an FS1 kid at home. So they need to go to school so someone can actually take care of them. That's a bigger issue at hand. So if they don't open it for them, and primarily them, it'll be even harder to open offices for them.
The classes are so like cramped in like FS1 and 2. I don't feel like they could open it.
Yeah.
I don't.
It goes up to
yeah.
What if like the teacher has it and they're all like 5?
Exactly. It's a really big risk letting the little kids go out. It's true.
They're getting tested though.
Yeah, I know, but like you get tested
before,
learning tested every day.
However, Ali, you're a bit wrong on that. Children under year 3, I think, don't have to get tested. They can't get tested.
Oh.
You gotta like, it's grim. Have you guys seen the test?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. It's
like they
up
like
your nose.
cotton swab and they put it up your
No,
nose and it goes down to your.
They take 2 cotton swabs now, one from both.
They take both.
Yes, in
It's
some
one
places
for
it
me
is.
when I came, bro. That is,
Apparently, there's like a laser test now. I don't know what that is, but apparently it's a
Yeah,
thing.
it's in the highway from Abu Dhabi to Dubai because it's a bit faster and
that's just a temperature test, isn't it? Not a
nah, it's
cooler
like a
test.
laser test. It's a bit high tech.
Doctor will be able to tell you that.
You guys see
Laser.
the rings the NBA players wear? Apparently, it could detect the virus 3 days before.
Oh yeah, I saw that actually.
Why don't they just like hand that out to the public?
Or it
Or
might be.
not even the public, maybe like healthcare workers. They need it more than.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Or like essential job workers, right? Because they actually have to meet people.
It's all about the money, isn't it?
Mm.
To be fair, I mean, it's great having sport back now because it's been very
Yeah.
entertaining,
Yeah, yeah.
especially football. Well, for me, but you know.
Basketball's back now as well.
Also,
That's
going
one of
back to the school thing, all it takes is like one case in one school, and then bang, school's shut down again. Like literally.
At least we-
Because you can't test them every week, right?
Nah, that is pretty hard to
Like-
do as well. You can't test an
If,
hour.
like a guy gets in like the second week and he gets like
How many kids you have
it
to
spreads fast.
well, if you have to test kids like weekly, like that's a bit expensive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, schools have to email parents what they're gonna do by the 30th of July, so in 5 days. They're gonna have to decide on whether school's gonna be part-time or weekly, alternating, whatever.
Okay.
And I just think that if the year 11s and year 13s are allowed to go back, we can have the third floor just for us. There's plenty of classes so that everyone's socially distanced.
Yeah.
The smaller kids that really struggle with this whole learning from home, they could have the first and second.
Yeah.
What
That
about
way I
all the
think-
other years in between?
They're not as
I feel like
important.
they could cope. Yeah, they like
What about-
like year 4 to like year 9. You don't like they can use technology and they can stay focused. I feel like when they're older.
They have
Before.
important at the end of the year.
True,
Yeah.
true.
I
But
think
like,
maybe we could
you're-
also hit the top floor with the GCSE year because I mean we have a lot of classrooms and they're important as well.
Yeah.
Like the final one, year 11.
What's it called? There was this school that made so they proposed it and they had 3 floors and they put the second, so they only brought in the year 13s and they put on the second floor as like living quarters and everyone had to bring, so like everyone quarantined in, they had to get tested before and everyone quarantined like there for like 2 months and they did normal school.
In the school.
Yeah, but they had to live in the school.
Wow.
yeah, that's not
Well,
happening.
I don't think
Pretty fun though, Loki. That'd be pretty fun.
That would be pretty sick.
It would not though.
Yeah,
You
Well,
being quarantined by yourself. Think about it. You when you're being quarantined, you won't be allowed to go.
Yourself, bro.
You
Bro,
won't-
you're in
when you're quarantined. Why would you go allowed to go meet with people around you? You won't, even though they're also being quarantined. You
No,
won't
you're
go
in
be
a
allowed.
bubble. You're in
Yeah,
a
the
bubble
you-
with everyone. You can meet with everyone inside. You can't meet from anyone outside because everyone inside has been tested.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So like,
I'll-
I mean, in school there's. Sorry.
no, I just said I'd like that, but then there'll be rules like you have to sleep by this time. Lights out. stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, no. It would become not fun. I feel like in theory it sounds fun, but teachers would be strict and stuff.
It's just like online learning. Like we all thought, oh, it'd be fun at the beginning, and then it just kept going and
Just
just got
wasn't.
steady decline.
Did anyone thought steady decline, steady decline?
Don't you think that some parents are going to get annoyed if it's just virtual learning? Because I know, some schools do virtual learning, like homeschooling, but they charge significantly less.
Apparently, Adam said that schools can choose to use online learning, but they don't have to reduce their fees at all,
Yeah,
which
Really?
I think isn't actually
which
Like-
is stupid.
isn't not exactly the best decision, because if you're doing online learning, you don't need all the facilities in school. You don't need to pay
Yeah.
for.
You're not
Yeah.
paying for electricity. You're not paying for water. You're not paying for like so much stuff. Like
And a lot of the stuff as well, like books, maybe even exams, they don't pay for. So I just it could be reduced. I mean, they did reduce it at the end of the year, to be fair.
they did for our school. Yeah,
100%.
And plus, everyone's like salary is getting reduced, so I feel like they need to reduce it to like match it.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
There was a thing going out about if you because a lot of the parents want the schools to reduce fees. So they were like, if you're going to be unable to pay the whole school fees, then just apply to a new school just in case, or else you're going to have to repeat the year.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. School.
I think is there any other topics that we need to touch on?
We'll be back soon. Let's hope.
Yeah, okay. I think we'll be back soon. Hopefully.
Consistent uploads every 3 weeks or every 1 week.
Every 3 weeks, yeah. And hopefully sooner than later we'll all be in person, not on a Zoom call.
Hopefully.
Someday.
I'll have to dip when you guys are in person.
No, we'll have you and Zaim on a computer. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Since I'm in prison, of course, fortunately.
Thanks for coming today again. I'm happy to be joining the team for the future. And yeah.
Glad to have you on board. This has been episode 5. Stay tuned for more. Goodbye.
Goodbye.